Paradise World videos, 26th of November on the Costa Blanca with all today's latest news. 9:30 in the morning, Playa del Cura, and it's a fresh start. It's only 14 degrees and it'll be getting up to 18 degrees, and it's going to be like that for the rest of the week. But the good news is Saturday's going to be 21. And we're going to update you on what's been going on. We've got an 85-year-old man that's been poisoning cats. We've got a 95 ex-politician up in court, 95 years old in court, and his family, money laundering. Yes, still going on here in Spain. Plus, just along here, yesterday there was a massive fire. And we've got so much news, including the looky-looky bust here in Torrevieja. Big bust. So we're going to update you on what's going on. And we're going to start off with a big fire here that was yesterday. And we're not talking electric cars either. A cherry picker. God knows how that caught alight. Looks pretty serious, isn't it? Wouldn't want to be up in that when it went up. Now, I don't know if that was an arson attack or what. But yeah, funny place to be putting a cherry picker as well. Got a lot of news to catch up with, and we'll start off with a Catalonian politician. 95 years old, and his 7 children, all involved in money laundering. Politician giant Jordi Pujol, 95, goes on trial with alleged corruption, and his 7 children are being charged with criminal association with money laundering. And they reckon the old former Catalonian president, which governed the region in 1980 to 2003, is amassed his big family wealth from all this corruption. 95 years old, going to court. God knows how long that case is going to be going on for. But we've got the 85-year-old who's actually been poisoning cats. Got him for putting poison down in a little village there. Loads of poison bait, and he's poisoned a few dogs and domestic cats. But yeah, talking about the poisoning, we do get quite a bit going on here in Spain. They do tend to poison a lot of cats and dogs, and there's been quite a few cases where they actually caught them. And being a problem in Spain in all these areas, and where they're actually doing something about it, 131,000 euros they're actually spending on stuff they're going to be spraying down to stop the cats and to make them all sterile. It's the stray cat sterilisation plan, and they're targeting all the feral and unknown cats that are not being owned and then just been left out on the streets, and they're going to be capturing these cats, and they're talking about 5 cats a day they're going to be capturing and sterilising them and then bunging them back out on the streets. I reckon this contract they've got planned is going to be covering about 640 cats, 320 males and 320 females. 131,000 euros is the programme they've got. They'll be doing that for about 15 months. And yeah, spraying all the cats. Got other bits of news going on as well. Drama going on here in Spain, in Alicante Elche airport. 40-year-old man. And he got to the bit where you get on the plane and you put your old luggage in the old box. Of course, it was too big. And yeah, he went absolutely berserk. Started screaming, throwing his bag about. Didn't want to pay the money. Who does? But the worst thing, started calling everyone a load of abuse, and the staff, son of a bitches, he said. And he says he's going to kill him. Wow, that's a bit too far-fetched. But it got so bad, he just grabbed her by the neck and threw her against the counter. She was actually off work for over 3 months with muscle injury and everything. He's serving 3 months in prison. He's going to have to pay a fine as well. Compensation of literally 3,500 euros to the employee because she's not gone back to work. That sentence he's got for 3 months was suspended for 2 years. But yeah, as soon as he kicked off and caused the whole big commotion, he sort of disappeared pretty sharply. But they caught him outside. He was actually with his daughter, 12-year-old daughter, right outside by the bus stand there. But the police got him, and yeah, in court 3 months. I don't know if it's going to make a difference for him to stop behaving like that in the future. But yeah, you can't go around grabbing the staff by the neck because your bag's too big. Of course, the other news going on as well, all the big Christmas light switches on and everywhere, and Murcia, the old big light switch on, and Richard Gere was there to turn the lights on. Absolutely fantastic if you get to go there Christmas time. We did do a video last year, which I'll post up the top of the video, and then you can see how packed it was, and they're absolutely spectacular display. The old Richard Gere in Spain turning the lights on. Wow. Got another sad story as well, and this was in Menorca. This was when a gentleman drove his car off the ferry and it ended up in the water. God knows how that happened, but yeah, they're trying to say all the ramps and everything was correct. Well, I don't know how a car can drive off a ferry and end in the water. The 67-year-old bloke lost his life. They tried their best. They were there pretty quick, the emergency services. The eyewitnesses are saying the car sort of deviated from the queue while it was waiting to exit. But they're saying what happened was, as he was coming off the ferry, he sort of ducked out the queue, and the car went in, and there were crew members and everyone were jumping in to rescue the bloke to retrieve him, but they just couldn't resuscitate him. And literally for half hour they were trying, and he had a cardiac arrest, that's what they're saying, and yeah, fortunately lost his life at the scene. But the company, like I say, said everything was working properly, the ramps and everything, and it was all in good working order. So of course there's going to be an investigation going on, but yeah, I can't see how a car can come off a ferry. And the biggest news of the day is, as you know, no matter what time of day it is, day or night, the looky-looky are here on the beach in Playa del Cura. And in the summer, the police were going up and down, just shushing them away to the side. But it was cat and mouse. They just stood at the side with their bags and they were back out again, because of course they've got all their lookouts as well. Not that they wasn't really too bothered in doing anything about it. And yeah, the police were just really using all their resources to just stop them selling to the tourists. But yeah, strangely enough, there's been a massive operation. So they're saying it was a big joint action carried out of this illegal vending, the street vending of total of 30 agents, which 13 of them were the local police that were helping them. And yeah, tons of police cars, as you can see here, and they've seized all the goods as well. And they're saying there was 24 packages of counterfeit merchandise were seized. Well, it looks like more than 24 there in the photos. But they're saying it was wheelbarrows full of sports gear, all the old shoes, caps, belts, everything, sunglasses, you name it, as you know, they sell everything. And they're saying this type of action they carried out is going to be a permanent commitment, and the security forces is going to combat this unfair competition to stop the circulation of this counterfeit goods. As you know, all along here, the promenade, all the way around, and a lot of the beaches now, they've put signs up. You can be fined up to €200 if you get caught buying off the looky-looky. So if the police catch you, they will do you the €200. And they've just recently put more signs up, and it's going everywhere. Not heard of anyone that actually has been fined. But meanwhile, look, we've got it all going on here. The morning exercise club. So yeah, that is today's news on the Costa Blanca. All going on, isn't it? Corruption cases, sterilising old stray cats. And plus, the only thing is, the looky-looky are going to get harder to buy off them if they're going to start seizing all these goods. Let us know in the comments what you think. And if you haven't seen that video, me and the wife are having a review in this cracking restaurant here in Torrevieja. Check that one out. And a big thank you as well, because we received some super thanks from Roger and some coffees. I can't name them all because yeah, really appreciate all the coffees being bought and the super thanks. And of course the channel members that get to see all the videos and support Paradise World videos. Hasta luego from Torrevieja on a fresh morning. And remember, this time next month, Christmas will be all over.